I'm upset. No disrespect, respectfully. But disrespectfully is disrespect. Don't be disrespectful. Those vile, disgusting Spartans. Poor little girl, man. And I'ma tell them where I'm at. That vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus. The other state. And of course, as always, I'm upset. Good evening, good people. It is I, the Maze Madman, coming to you a little earlier than usual. Had the day off, had to take care of my little one. But anyway, we are here. Check it out. The things that are happening in the portal are amazing. I don't even know if Michigan has a secondary at this point. Can we field the secondary at this point? Also, we got to talk about the instant classic that was last night's CFP semifinal. I got to talk about that. Also, the NCAA is out here denying deserving people another year while others have been playing since I was a child. It's a weird and funny thing that is college football, but we're gonna talk about it all. And it's a call-in show, so I'm gonna allow y'all to come up and talk about it with me. But first, I wouldn't be who I am without you. And I gotta thank the people. Shout out to my guy Marmar, who's in the chat, who also runs our social media. So shout out and thank you to Marmar for that. CG, see you in the chat. DK all day is definitely here, and he has something to say. Let's go, chat. Hit that like button. Hype the video if you're on mobile. I'm talking to all of you out here. Hype the video and go blue. Of course, it's go blue. Seth, shout out to you, sir. Wrighton was on a billboard for us when Tatum was taken out of the portal. I agree. I think I responded to some comments under my post about Tatum saying pretty much the same thing. It would have been nice to have, Jusice Haynes for another season. What sucks the most is that it's not like Jusice Haynes is leaving to go to the NFL, because I feel like that would be a little more understandable. Jusice Haynes is leaving to go to another college football team, his third team in 3 years. That kind of sucks a little bit, especially after the season that he had in Ann Arbor, of course, before the injuries took place. But we're going to get to that. We're going to talk about all of the portal things and what I think or you think should be done about this sort of fluctuation or movement in the portal. I think over 4,000 kids entered the portal this portal season, which is insane, right? A lot of them are not even going to be picked up, but either way, they entered the portal, whether it was on of their own volition or if they were coaxed or told to get into the portal by the coaches of those universities. Something has to be done about it. We're going to talk about that too. Also, again, I have to reiterate, do we have a secondary, ladies and gentlemen? And that's not hyperbole. I'm not being hyperbolic at all. Do we have a secondary? Right now, Jaden Sanders is in the portal. That one shocked me. That was a bit shocking. Outside of Cole Sullivan, now I have to replace Cole Sullivan because Jusice Haynes is number one in terms of the shocking portal entry. Outside of Jusice Haynes, Cole Sullivan, Jaden Sanders to me is third in terms of somebody that we couldn't afford to lose or didn't want to lose. Let me say that because the running back room is deep. So we can afford to lose Jusice Haynes. Do you want to lose Jusice Haynes, especially to another college football team or program? That's the thing. So Jay Sanders is in the portal. That one's shocking. Elijah Dotson in the portal. A little shocking too. He's a local kid. He's from Detroit. Shocking. Young safety in the portal. Shocking. These are young guys, by the way. These were the last three I just named, true freshmen this season. TJ Metcalf is in the portal. We're going to talk about that. Brandon Hillman in the portal. We're going to talk about that. There are rumors that he posted a Notre Dame jersey, which is originally where he committed to out of high school. Of course, there was something that took place, and whether it was grades, whatever it was, I don't know. I don't want to speculate. He ended up at Michigan, and I'm happy that he did. But now he's in the portal. The list just goes on. I'm missing somebody. Shamari Earls was rumored to be headed to the portal before some last minute things took place. I'm gonna stop talking myself for a second. I'm gonna drop this link in the chat. Anybody that wants to come up and talk about all of Michigan players in the portal, let's talk about it. Obviously, it's the money. Shout out to Sean Paul. He says money. Yes, Ty Haywood is in the portal. Another shocker because I believe Ty Haywood was the highest paid player on the offensive line for Michigan. I could be wrong, but last season I believe that was the case. Not only that, but he was going to get some significant playing time this year. It's shocking. Tipo was good.
What's good, Maze, man? It's just crazy, right? And the thing is, these dudes is going to get playing time. So it
Right.
ain't like they was going to be buried in the depth chart. They was already getting a little time as it was, this season for real, right? Getting them acclimated. Then they jumping into the portal. A lot of people say it's a money grab, man. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Like, it's definitely a money grab, and you basically handcuffing your your team, the team you supposed to be rocking with, the team you supposed to love. For the simple fact, how many DBs we lost, man? It's crazy. Like the whole
Crazy,
run,
bro.
we didn't have a tight end step out to try to see what they worth or nothing like that. But all the DBs rolling out, starters, people that's gonna be getting bumped. Gonna be able to put film on tape, et cetera, is crazy, man.
I
It's
agree.
crazy, man.
I
It's
agree, bro.
crazy,
Here's the
man.
thing, like, and here's the thing. These young dudes, again, the Jaden Sanders, the Youngs, and the Elijah Dotsons, all of these guys, bro. Like, y'all young players, y'all gonna be able to, again, like you said, you're gonna get some run this year for sure. Some of
Definitely,
y'all
they the future.
starting, right?
Yeah,
It's
crazy,
crazy.
man.
Like, you just signed with the university a season ago, and now you like, what are these contracts? These contracts, by the way, must be written on paper mache, bro. But it's nothing ironclad in these contracts to say, yo, we got you for at least 2 years or whatever. Like,
And
who
that's what they
writing
gonna
these
have to start doing,
contracts?
man.
Yeah,
Definitely what they gonna have to start doing, man.
I think the
yeah, man.
writing was on the wall. I
Go
think the
ahead,
writing
Kim.
was on the wall when they start bringing in new faces, man. And we got to look at it. That letting us know they don't want to work hard because remember what he said, we ain't gonna based on y'all gonna have to based on us. So what's that saying? Whatever we say goes. Maybe when they came in, it wasn't whatever the coach say goes. Maybe it looked like it was whatever the players say goes. So now, man, I like and I noticed y'all these day and age, a lot of young cats don't want to compete.
Yeah,
They don't want to compete.
Yeah, that's
And
bad, man. That's definitely bad.
and it's dead. So now they looking at all the money that's being issued out.
fact.
Now we have a coach. Now people got to understand this is a Jim Harbaugh 2.0. No nonsense. So are they willing to hard coaching?
Right.
What's going on, fellas? Go blue.
What's good, Rod? Go blue.
Go blue.
Listen, man, we all got to take a step back, relax, throw away the panic button, calm down. We got a competent adult in the room with a good coaching staff, his own
Mhm.
apparatus, all that stuff. You got to trust the process now, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
We got to trust the process and know what this man is doing. He's put together a hell of a staff. Roster retention is pretty good. But guys, we have to expect this. Old coach fired, new coach hired. Who's to say that the new coaching staff that's come in wants the players that's on the roster?
Mm-hmm.
They know what they want. They know what they're looking for. In this day and age of college football, guys, you just got to go with the flow until it gets fixed.
Let me ask you a question, Rod, because I'm
Yo,
I'm with you. I'm with you to a certain degree. We definitely got to trust the process. That's a fact. However, when we talking about people like I can't imagine the this new coaching staff didn't want Justice Haynes. I wouldn't think that they would be like, you know what, we that guy. He can go. Now, granted, I'm not saying that they were were hurt about it or broken up about it. I'm not saying that because the running back room is deep. I'll give it that, right? I like the running back room. But a guy like Jay Sanders, that's a young dude that even if this coaching staff brought in somebody that may start above him this year, he's still a young guy that could be a piece, later. And attrition is a thing, right?
Yeah.
He could be a piece later this season or next season, whatever. I am with you, though, that all of these guys, certainly, I'm sure that some of these coaches are like, yo, you know what, we can do without. But there's got to be some of them, too, that they were like, yo, we would want them back.
Absolutely. But we also got to understand, guys, what if the kids just want to transfer?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what if they just want to transfer and go somewhere else? I mean, that's always a possibility. Nobody's stuck to anybody right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the world we live in. We may not like it. We may want it to change, but I mean, we got to roll with the punches, guys. I mean, this is the business that we're in, correct?
Absolutely.
It's a fact. But I'm
I
old school.
don't like it myself. I don't like it. I mean, a guy like Ty Haywood, who, I'm like, damn, you got a top 5 offensive line coach coming in, and you don't want to stay and learn under this guy?
Yeah.
You don't want to compete? But on the
and
other
by the
hand,
way, with him specifically, I'm pretty sure he was the highest paid player on the offensive line.
I mean, from what all the rumors said, when he signed, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, who's advising these young men?
Yeah.
Who's talking to these young men? Who's telling these young men that they can demand a higher price when they haven't played? Or who's telling these guys that, hey, man, you guaranteed a spot? How can you guarantee anything in football unless you show it on the field? So it's a lot of entities going on, man, telling these guys what to do and what not to do. And it's, we got to have some type of structure. But I mean, until we have that, something with teeth, we just got to roll with this shit, man. I know it's crazy. It's the Wild Wild West, but damn.
Yeah, no doubt.
Maze, right? I want to say something. I'm working. All right, so the thing is, right, like I heard somebody say that I think to be true, it got to be dealing with the agents. I mean, what Rob was just talking about, dealing with the agents. I mean, because the stuff that's going on, pretty soon they probably try to relegate it. So they try to get the bag now. Before they put limitations and restrictions on it. And the thing is, it's cool, if you somebody that's highly touted, somebody chasing you for the potential, you put a little game film, a little work in or whatever. But you got dudes jumping in the portal that's going to end up at Ball State. That's going to end up Chick-fil-A you for real. Like, dudes is not going to get no playing time. And then a lot of dudes, being as though they was nice in high school, they come with that bravado and stuff like that. Come to find out there's people better than you. Like the brother was saying, dudes ain't trying to work. They ain't trying to grind. And the thing is about that, you can go to, like I say, you can go to Chick-fil-A U and get started. It don't mean you going to the league. Like, straight like that for real, right? But when you got a big program like Michigan, you're gonna be on that big stage. So if you getting torched out there, it's gonna be seen. You go to these big schools, them Power Fours, you're gonna see what it is. But when you go to them lower schools, and you dominating the competition, that don't always translate, man. It don't always translate. Like I say, the grass not always greener on the other side, man. Like straight like that.
This the microwave generation, man. They don't wait for nothing.
Real, man.
They don't wait for nothing.
That's a fact. Hey, shout out to Chippo, bro. Super Baltimore. You can just tell where you're from.
You already know what it is, man.
Hey,
no doubt.
You already know what it is,
I
man.
love B-More, man. I got family in B-More. Shout out to B-More, baby.
No doubt, man. I'm
go
right
blue,
here in the
man.
DMV
I'm gonna fall
myself.
back real quick.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you calling up. Seth Douglas is with us, ladies and gentlemen. You might remember Seth. He guest co-host Maze Out Monday with us a few times. Yeah, we can hear you. What's good, Seth?
Uh-oh.
I can hear you. You can't hear us?
All right, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, cool. What's going on, y'all?
What's happening, baby? Go Blue.
What's good?
Go Blue. Hey,
Go Blue.
I just wanted to hop in here. Maze, man, this portal's giving me heart palpitations. I'm like, man, I keep on seeing everybody jump in here every
Man, don't let this shit send you to the ER, brother.
I was geeked
Right.
for a second that we got a running back. I was happy that we finally starting to look at these defensive line prospects and trying to get these guys in here. But every time I turn around, it's more DBs jumping out. I'm like, man, what Winham? He's making his own path. So I can't be mad at it though.
Right. Yeah, and I think Rod alluded to that, man, and I do think we do need to take a step back, inhale, take a deep breath, and believe in what's happening. Here's the thing: Kyle Whittingham, in a place with nowhere near the resources of Michigan, is a guy that was winning a lot of football games, right? So we know he can coach. We know he can choose staff, right? And now he's got the resources of Michigan at his back. And I'm sure that that's only going to help him be a better version of the Utah Kyle Whittingham that we saw, right, for however many years he was there. So I do trust Kyle Whittingham. I do trust that these coaches know what they want, what type of players they want to go after, and things like that. And speaking of, Michigan isn't just losing players in the portal, right? We did pick up John Henry Daly yesterday. We did pick up Taylor Tatum yesterday. Got ourselves a new kicker, a new punter, a new long snapper. I think all of that was yesterday.
And
Right?
Kerry Combs doing work.
Right, absolutely. Shout out to Kerry Combs. So all of those things happened
Hold on, bro. I
yesterday.
gotta jump back in because I can't hear Maze.
Yeah, no
Okay.
doubt.
Hold on.
And also some of the things that some of the players rather that they are rumored to be talking to and that are rumored to be visiting Ann Arbor. Some of them not rumors. We know for sure. A couple people, Jamie French visiting, Quincy Porter visiting. Right.
That's
These are
huge.
big names. These are huge deals. Not that those two guys got a lot of film in college or whatever, or got a lot of stats in college, but as far as talent goes, that's a big deal.
Hey,
Yeah,
man, one thing
100%.
I want to say was the biggest for us, and I think a lot of people thought he was going to go to the portal, was Bryce.
Yeah.
Once Bryce commit, this is my personal opinion. Once Bryce commit, right then and there, I'd have been like, okay, I'm staying. I'm
Yep.
staying. Because the simple fact, we all was on Bryce and how his and all that, and he gave this coaching staff an opportunity. So if Bryce could give this coaching staff an opportunity, I'm rolling with Bryce. I'm gonna stay with Bryce, and we gonna do this right and this and that. That's what I thought was gonna happen with the young guys that came in with him,
Right.
with Dotson and Sanders and all them. I
Right.
thought once Bryce committed, I'm like, okay, we might have our young core and this and that, but
Looks like that
you know,
Utah windfall coming in, boys.
yeah,
Yeah, it gotta be.
Yeah.
All these dudes to be jumping out like that in the secondary, we gotta be overhauling
Hey,
that
that
Utah
tight end from
backfield.
Utah, JJ. I think if we get him, he's nice, man. Y'all checked his film out?
I think we just got him according to is that Jonah?
Yeah, that's the D line. I think he's like
Yeah, you're right.
285,
That's the
290,
tackle, right?
something like that.
Yeah.
what about the other D tackle we supposed to be getting from Utah? Didn't he get to the portal? The big guy?
Hell, I think they whole line entering the portal.
Yeah, I think you're right. But yeah, so it's definitely some good things to take from this. And Michigan is is doing their thing. And shout out to Steven who joined us too. Number one for me, right, is the retention of Bryce Underwood was big, and not necessarily because Bryce lit it up last year, right? But because Bryce is homegrown talent, because he was, the number one player in his class, because the talent is there, and because the ceiling is, through the roof. And I think they did a good job. Whittingham, spoke about it when we were down there in Orlando for, the bowl game, that's the first person he talked to. Had a 45-minute conversation with Bryce Underwood before he talked to anybody.
Smart move.
Right. And that's a big deal. And I'm sure that resonated with Bryce and his family. And as far as, Bryce coming back and being the gravitational pull that keeps some of those players, I mean, look, those guys are on defense. No disrespect. But, Bryce don't play defense. But he did get his guy, Marsh's back, right? And that's a big deal.
I was about to say Maze, but doesn't that still lend to like the leadership though? Like if you're supposed to be the leader of the full team, aren't you supposed to be having conversations with guys and rallying them to be like, hey, we have a bigger point or a
Yep.
bigger job to do at the end of the day. So I still feel I mean I get what you're saying, but I still
What
feel a
up, though?
little weary of that.
What up, mama?
Yeah. Nah. That's a great point, Seth.
Love, I
And
just
and
wanted to
yes,
drop
as
in
the
and say what up
quarterback,
to
you
y'all.
should.
I'm at work. I love y'all.
Go blue, man.
No doubt, man. Go
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 blue.
blue,
blue.
baby.
What up, yeah. Hey, fuck these kids. You know what I'm saying? Love, baby. You know what I'm saying? Fuck these kids. You know what I'm saying? Love y'all, man. Go
Hey,
blue.
bro.
Shout
Go
out to the
blue,
Bro,
Maze,
mama.
man. Maze Sports. You feel me? Y'all better represent. Nigga.
Jesus Christ. Hey, do some work, man. He breaking all sorts of OSHA laws, bro.
Hey,
Yeah.
what do you guys think about that linebacker from Pitt and supposedly the linebacker from Cal coming to visit tomorrow? It looked
Big
like
deal.
we need
some
them.
dogs, man.
Big
We
deal.
need them. Need them.
We
Yeah.
definitely need them.
I think they the number 3 and number 1 linebackers in the portal, respectively. I hope we get them both.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think they like top 5, man.
yeah.
I
Uh,
see. I see
Biles
JOJ.
looks like a beast, bro. He looks like a man amongst boys out
He
there.
had
And
He had
the other
100
dude,
plus tackles, man, this season.
right? Yeah, it's crazy. I think the other dude had 100 plus tackles too.
Yeah. They in the
Yeah,
100. They both in
they're
the
going
100 club,
crazy.
man.
Yeah,
I was about to say, Maze. I see Johnny's uh comment. How can we? Well, let me say this. I don't think the whole smiling thing was like a big
yeah.
uh uproar that everybody should really like pay attention to because I mean more or less I'm like we gotta look at the whole year in totality. I mean, after everything that we went through, 9-4 is a blessing at this point.
That's a fact.
After everything that we just seen happen. So
Right.
for him to be smiling, that's probably the least of my worries, honestly.
Yeah. And here's the thing, bro. I think a lot of people deal with things differently, right?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people. Hell, sometimes me, if just having nervous energy, smiling is
Hmm.
like a coping mechanism, right?
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
So maybe that's how Bryce deals with it. Now, one thing I didn't like after Bryce threw these picks all season, right? At no point did a member of the coaching staff. When did you see a member of the coaching staff come over to Bryce with a tablet or
Hmm.
with some pictures, some satellite pictures, whatever
That's
they got? Look,
that's
saying,
the
I
look,
point.
guarantee you. I
this is
guarantee
what
that won't
this is
happen
what the
this
read
coming
was. This is
season.
what you saw. Not one time did I see that this season.
Yeah, that's the point though. It's like just having that in the back of your mind, like
Right.
9-4 was amazing. Like
I bet you.
what
I
the
bet you
hell?
we
Like
won't
how
see
did
that
we get to
again.
9-4?
I bet
I
you we
Agreed.
won't
wouldn't
see
want to
that
see
again.
what was on whatever was on
Oh
Coach Moore's tablet. I
no.
wouldn't want to see it at all. Whatever Coach Moore had on his tablet, it had nothing
Hey,
to do
speak
with
for yourself,
football.
Steven. I might want to see what's on coach's tablet.
No, man.
Man,
Thank
He
let's
you.
might
not
have some
mention that guy
fire.
no more, bro. Don't give him no more free press. That guy
Yo,
is
nah,
a
that's a
But,
happy.
fact. That's a fact.
Hey,
Now we
that
not
dude
talking
is in
about
but
Coach
Elysium.
Moore's
Let him
tablet
stay
no
there.
more. Yeah, but I
off
feel
the
you,
subject
Steven.
of off topic a little bit.
Yeah,
So y'all watched the game last night, right? Everybody watched the game.
Yeah.
clap.
Yeah.
We gonna talk about
Look,
that.
let me tell you something. Miami strength and conditioning coach needs a raise because
Yep.
them
Elite.
brothers last night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the offense. They were getting tackled and they kept going. The defense was giving Chambliss. That's what I want from Michigan. I know that strength and conditioning coach coming in is nice,
Oh
but
wow, big
that's how
boys.
you supposed to look. That's how you supposed to look. Them all night from the first snap to the
Crazy.
last. Them
Right.
boys were ferocious. I'm talking about man. Ole Miss Trinidad Chambliss was running for his life last night. So that's what I want from Michigan. I will say this too, and I'll make it quick. I, I, I don't want to say this and be disrespectful to Coach Whittingham,
Yeah.
but I don't. I, I,
Mm.
I hate that Michigan's suffering so many transitions, but I understand it. What I don't want is for us to get caught up in players committing to Michigan and then feeling like he's going to come in and bring his own guys, so we're just out instead of competing. You don't really want that. Before people say, well, this is how it goes. I understand. But at the same time, a lot of these players don't want to leave and didn't. But I think some of them feel like we're not going to get a fair shake. Like Ty
Mhm.
Haywood, there was no reason for him to leave. Justice Haynes.
Facts.
I mean, now Justice can go. I hate to say it, but Justice, like we got Tatum, Hyder, and Marshall. You could only get the ball to one guy so many times. But some of those other guys, I'm like, why are they hitting the portal? Like Cole Sullivan, I hate that. I hate that loss, y'all. I hate that. I
Yeah.
don't care what anybody says. He deserved to be in Michigan. And Metcalf and Metcalf, some of these other guys, whatever. I don't know, whatever. But if, I just don't want it to get to like a good old boy buddy system up there. And I just, listen to
Uh,
what y'all got to say.
I hear you, brother, and I feel you. It's just if you hire the man, you got to let the man pick the groceries. He got to cook his own meal. I mean,
That is true.
it's just the way it is. I would prefer that some of these guys stay too, but if you're going to hire the man and empower him, he got to do it his way. Got to do it his
But
way.
if you're asking him to do,
You're the beast, man. Like these players committed to a certain coaching staff, if they feel like they, that they want to go because it's a different coaching staff, it's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
It's just as
hold on,
simple as that.
Carmel is Ben the guy that has the Signetti? He had the
Yeah,
Signetti.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
that's it.
Well, the last live show,
Um,
I got beef with you, bro. What in the fuck were you talking about?
With what
yeah.
in what regard?
In regard, man, I don't. You were just saying some wild shit last
What? Give me an
about. Oh yeah, it was about the bowl game, Bryce, footwork, and all types of shit. I'm like,
yeah.
bro,
His
this
footwork
who is
is
this guy?
ass. His footwork is ass. What are you talking about?
Nah, I'm down. I'm with you on his footwork, but we still also got to give grace when grace is due. At the same time,
So, wait, what was the wild statement I made? I'm still waiting for that.
you got me. I can't remember as of right now. I gotta go back at
Nah,
looking at
don't
game
don't
film.
don't let
One thing you said,
Ben says
one
wild
thing you
stuff
said
all the
was
time.
I know
He
he
do be
the
does.
Buck,
saying
the
wild
Buckeyes,
stuff.
He,
the Buckeyes defense is supposed to be elite, right? That's what we heard, right?
Hey, y'all.
I
You
couldn't
think
tell
we
against
should
Miami.
give that season a pass because the situation that the kids was put in last year?
yes, I'm down. I'm with all
No,
that.
Nah, yeah, I
they
It's
can't
still
no
go
won
with that.
nine
You
passes,
games.
line
man.
up,
No
when you line up and
passes.
play,
No,
you got to
Hold
deal with
on,
the
ain't no
wins and
pass.
losses.
Maze. What I just say earlier? 9-4 was a blessing.
No,
We should
I
have been
agree that
like
9 and
two
4
and
was a
three
blessing,
or two
right?
two and 2-10,
Damn, I don't think we were that bad, but
bro.
I agree that
Nah,
9 and 4 is a blessing. All things considered, and I'm
Yeah.
talking about
yeah.
all things, and that includes quarterback play, that includes the coaching, makeshift line in the beginning, whatever. Uh, but we can't give a pass. I mean,
We okay.
we
A
went out there
pass
to play
might
the
be
game.
strong,
Yeah,
but grace. That should be the word. We should have a lot of grace for what this team went through.
yeah.
Because I don't know what you can't point out a team that probably would stick together like they did, and that I'm pretty sure we won 9 games off of straight pure talent.
Yeah, but
Off ball.
that's most of the time anyway. Though most of the time you're gonna out talent teams anyway. It's just
Mm-hmm.
your big
Yeah.
games, and that's when it'll always show up. When you play somebody with similar talent, it's gonna show up. Ohio State was the king of the world all year. Guess what happened when
Mhm.
they played somebody with similar talent? That's when it showed up. You're not as good as you thought you were. You know.
Yeah.
Now for us, we saw it early because we were barely beating teams that we had more talent than. It
Yeah.
was obvious, like
Yeah.
something ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold up,
real
Greg
quick.
Wolf was
I'm not.
MSU?
Well, real quick. I'm a D1 hater, so my
I
narrative.
know. Yeah.
I gotta push my narrative with Ohio State. Ohio State had more talent than the teams they lost to. It's just that Ryan Day is a bum, and no one does less with more. So I got to stick with that narrative. I just have to.
They
Hey,
had more
Dan
talent than
Lanning. Dan
Miami?
Lanning
Okay.
is in the conversation. Although, listen, Dan Lanning's still in the playoffs, so I got to give him some credit for that. They are winning. They're gonna have a chance to go to the national championship game tonight. So there's that.
Please don't let
Does
him.
anybody else think? Does anybody think Oregon going? I think Oregon going to win that game. I don't know why. I just think Oregon going to beat them this time. I don't know why.
Johnny
He
asked
might.
in the chat who we thought was gonna win, and I was typing. I started typing Indiana, but then I deleted it because I was like, man, I don't know, man. I do think, and I kind of created this narrative too, that if anybody can lose twice to the same team in the same season, it is Dan Lanning. We saw him do it. Kenny
Yeah.
DeBoer
He
Okay,
did.
Dan.
lockered him a couple times,
Yep.
right? That
Yeah.
said, though, that team is stacked, bro, and I still feel how I feel about Indiana. Don't get me wrong. Kurt Signetti to me is the best X's and O's coach in college football. I'm not gonna argue with the wall. However, at some point, right, the blue chip ratio has to come in and bite him.
Yeah.
I know it has,
No, it don't.
but
How's
Yes,
that
it does. Yes,
not?
it
And
does.
that's
Google
how I
him.
feel. That's how I feel, Johnny. At some
Google
point,
Johnny,
him.
Johnny, after watching Miami, do you think that they can go
And
60 minutes
if
with
you
Miami?
if you notice, you guys, they don't get caught with dumb penalties or
definitely
They're
not.
stupid
well
But
mistakes.
Kurt
coached. They're
Signetti
extremely
is the
well
best coach
coached.
in college football.
That's the
thing
Johnny,
with
thing,
my
though.
Johnny,
the
Did you
thing
hear
with
my
my
question?
No,
you,
Miami get caught with dumb penalties.
no.
Definitely.
No,
Here's
but
the
Miami.
here's me, and this shows
Go ahead.
just how much of a bum Ryan Day is. It just shows how much of a bum he is. That Miami defense could get got. It has got. You saw Ole Miss. Pretty much Ole Miss did what they wanted on offense, except for the beginning of the game. Really, once they got their feet under them, they just did what they want on offense. And you saw that their secondary can be exposed. And
Then
those two defensive linemen, as great as they are, there is ways to hold up there. And this is why Ohio State and Ryan Day are such bums, because with all that talent, they couldn't do shit on offense versus a defense that I feel like can get gotten. I think Indiana can expose that Miami defense.
Miami lost.
Well,
then
Miami
you got
dropped
it.
Miami
three
defense is hurt
interceptions, bro.
though.
What are you talking about? They dropped three
I was
Yeah,
about to
interceptions.
say
Miami
that,
What are
dropped
Steve.
a
you
bunch
talking
of
about?
They
interceptions.
did. They
And
dropped a bunch of them,
and
but
they was
they
hurt.
don't count if you drop them.
No, bro. You
You
Yeah,
I don't know
can't. You
what you're
can't.
talking
thank you,
about.
Cam. You brought up the other point that I was going to bring up too, and that's that in the first half. Yet you're right that Miami was holding them. Second half, attrition started kicking in for Miami.
Yeah.
They had dudes dropping like flies. They called that targeting on my man that I'm not sure was targeting, especially if you didn't call it for the other team. Not to give any excuses too, because you're right too. Ole Miss played better in the second half. That's a fact. And by the way, they should have gave Trinidad Chambliss his 6th year. The NCAA is tripping, especially since the quarterback he was on the field last night with is in his 7th year. It's
7 year,
crazy,
yeah.
but
It's
whatever.
crazy.
Chambers didn't get it. Why? Chambers could
Nah,
get signed like a first round pick though.
they denied him.
Why does he
Hey,
want to stay?
Trinidad
Why
is
does he
going to
want
be a
to stay?
Steeler next year, so it's okay. He's going to Pittsburgh,
You mean
as
a
you can
thief?
tell.
You mean an actual thief? Because he ain't gonna be in Pittsburgh. So you talking about somebody
Hey,
who's
that
getting
kid can
something?
ball,
He
man.
going to the Steelers.
Yeah, but it was a good game. It was a good game. I just think that Miami's defense and shout out to Ole Miss for this. They were getting the ball out quick. That's a way to
Yes, sir.
neutralize the pass rush.
Neutralize them, yeah.
Yep.
But
And they were doing
he
a bunch
was
of different
dog.
things, but
Hey,
yeah,
is their head coach their OC too? The Pete Golding, was he the OC of the
No,
nah.
kicker?
DC.
no.
He was a
DC.
DC
The,
actually.
bla-
Yeah.
the,
Well,
the black dude,
whoever their
the black
OC
dude,
was,
the white
he
dude.
made a hell of an adjustment at halftime.
He sure did. He sure
Definitely.
did. Yeah.
Oh snap! Hey, Ryan Day's brother. They're coming after you, dog.
Man, I
Game was
just
good
that's not
though.
football, but like I said, man, Miami, that the way they were just physical, how they just wanted it, like from the first snap to the last snap, it was the same tenacity, bro. That's what I want from
Yeah.
Michigan, man.
They
Like
focus. They
it
focus.
was
Yeah, they
no
locked
drop,
in
it
for
was no
sure.
drop off, bro. Like I saw them
Yeah.
catch, and I'm like, good lord, where
Speaking
they get
of,
these dudes from?
Them boys
Speaking
played
of,
tough
I
last
got y'all
night.
here. I dropped this question in the Discord. Shout out to the Maniac because he inspired this question. If Miami goes on to win the national championship,
Hmm.
is this run better than Ohio State's run a season ago?
I gotta
Yes,
say this
yes.
real quick, and this to all the Ohio State fans. Y'all were bragging like, "Oh, we're the first team to beat this many top 10 teams in a row." Guess what, buddy? That's gonna happen from here on out. When you expand the field, obviously, if you win the national championship, you're gonna have more top 10 wins on your record. So if Miami goes on to win it, guess what? They're also gonna have beaten this many top 10 teams. Shut your ass up, sit your ass down. What y'all did last year is gonna be the norm going forward. So shut your punk ass up. And yes, Miami, what they would have done, it's right on par, if not better. It's right on par, if not better.
It's
Yeah.
I
better.
think it
It's
is because
better.
the people didn't think Miami should have been there in the first place. So you go from
Right.
the Buckeyes. What seed were they last year? Like a five or 6 or something. It don't even matter.
I think they
Like
were
Miami,
8 or 9. Yeah.
okay,
Uh,
yeah,
I would have to get an
Miami
edge
is a
to.
10.
I got to get an edge to Canes.
I'm giving it to Miami. I'm giving it to
If they
Miami.
go, if they go on and win it, yeah.
Bro,
And you
A&M
Yo,
get
had
ain't
one loss.
nobody
A&M had one
focused on y'all,
loss.
Ghost. It's a good question though, because last year y'all had that run. It was a great run, and this year, if Miami has a similar run, now granted, it is still out in front of them. They still got to beat whoever comes out of Oregon and Indiana. By
I'll
the
take,
way, if that team is Indiana, especially,
thank you.
I think their run
Yeah.
is better. They would have beaten the 1 and
take
2
it.
seed in this playoff.
Yeah.
I'll
Bro,
take it further.
A&M.
Who wins then?
Hold on. A&M had one loss, bro.
Right,
Then they beat Ohio State, one loss.
One loss.
Yep,
Yep.
right.
Ole
Ole
Miss.
Miss, one
it's true.
loss.
It's true.
And then whoever gets to the championship,
One
undefeated or
loss.
one loss,
Yep.
you goodbye. Your record against it's over for that if Miami wins. It was nice. It was a nice talking point, but let's be real. It wasn't that great
And not
now.
just that, Johnny. Not just that, Johnny. They beat the undefeated team in it. Like the Buckeyes beat Oregon in the second game. Miami will beat them in the championship. Like
Right.
like you beat a 15-0 team. And I think it's got to come down to Oregon and Miami, like the Lanning and Cristobal Bowl. Because I want to see Cristobal lose. So I want to see Lanning lose so bad. I just want to see him hump what I do.
Yeah.
And Cristobal being his old team, I think that'll be like poetry.
If Indiana wins, you can book them because they're gonna steamroll Miami.
No, they're not, bro. No, they're not.
I don't know about
Shit,
I don't see
steamroll.
it.
shit.
I
Steamroll's
don't
a
see it. I
little.
It's
don't
That's a
hard
see
to
it,
little.
bro.
steamroll the
Hey,
team with a
Shit.
defense like that.
Yeah,
Y'all been
that's
hey,
watching
true.
Yeah,
Indiana?
them boys some monsters,
hey,
bro. Them boys some
if
Indiana
monsters,
good,
dog.
man. I can't, if anybody says anything that
Fuck what y'all
about any,
talking about.
I gotta believe Indiana can beat anybody, but I also believe that eventually the talent gap is gonna run up. Is gonna cause them a
Yeah,
problem.
not even that, y'all
yeah,
got to look at it. Miami's going back home.
yeah, yeah. They
They
play
are
20
playing
minutes.
at
20 minutes
home
from there? They play.
in the
Yeah,
Orange Bowl.
that's a lot.
Mendoza's playing at home if they make it to the Natty.
But
Good
well,
Hey,
point, Seth.
What storyline's better?
hey,
What
Signetti
storyline's
got
better?
them boys believing they wouldn't give a fuck if you filled the whole stadium with ducks,
Right.
with canes. He got them boys believing.
Hey,
They don't care nothing about that.
I know, but all I know is if Miami's getting healthy right now. So we got 2 more weeks, right?
mhm.
And man, ain't
Until the
nobody healthy
championship.
right now, brother.
Yeah, it's rough
A
right
week and
now
a
for
yeah, but a week.
everybody.
Yeah,
It's rough,
about
but 2
10 days.
weeks with that defense, and
Who do
y'all
y'all
gotta
trust?
understand. Persinetti like to run the ball. He like to choke you and pound you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right up Miami alley.
I can't tell if Lacey hadn't got hurt, he would have ran all over them.
Hey, Lacey
I
was
don't
going
know, bro.
crazy.
Lacey,
He got that one run, but I
He
mean,
got
Miami
busy.
Uh,
like
hey man,
like
it's gonna
Mendoza
be
likes running a lot.
it's
Mendoza
man.
likes running a lot too. He gonna be running
Yeah.
back like that D line. They not gonna forget how to tackle in one game. I'm telling you, Mike Ruben Bain and the other dude, what's the Residor? What's his name? What's his name?
Mesidor, right?
Somebody help me. Man, look,
Mesidor.
man,
Yeah.
them dude, bro. I don't know what Messidor came from. But man, go back, like because if Miami wins, they're gonna become the NWO of college football, and we don't want that. I do not want to see the U back. I mean, all them boys in South Florida just gonna stay home. That's what's gonna happen. But anytime Miami
Hey,
gets good, them boys just stay in Miami. Nope,
and we
nope.
I
just
was
said
Yeah,
about.
earlier, man.
Well,
Jeremiah
I was
Smith
about to say we
kicking
can't really
himself
say
right
that.
now.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Smith should be in the portal headed to Miami right now.
If they didn't lose to him, if they didn't lose to Miami, he probably would. It just
Yeah.
looks so bad now. If he
Hey,
did it,
Yeah,
listen, guys.
yeah,
Ole Miss
yeah.
put the tape out there, man. How you move the ball against them boys?
No,
Don't think
Ole Miss had
Indiana
it. Like
OC ain't gonna copy that.
no,
But
Get the
that
Trinidad
ball
mean
out
they
Chalmers is a
gonna
quick.
little
Get the
different.
ball out
Trinidad
quick.
Chalmers is a little.
yeah,
Trinidad
but
Chalmers is
that
like
mean they gonna have
Kyler
to
Murray, man.
see Ole Miss was a hurry up offense. They didn't huddle.
Yeah,
So he gonna
yeah.
have to run a hurry up offense the whole game.
Hey,
But they can
And
Chambers
still
that
only
ain't
push
ran
and
out.
that
tempo
ain't good
though.
for them.
They've shown they can push tempo.
Them boys
Yeah.
only ran out of time now. Don't act like
Uh,
y'all didn't see. If he had more time, I think Ole Miss would have beat them boys.
Everybody
shout
runs
out,
out of time,
shout
man.
out to Aaron Brown. He says, Mays, keep talking about the talent gap. Keep forgetting coaching matters. Indiana is well coached. That's a fact, bro. I just said that Kurt Signetti is the best X's and O's coach in college football. He's the best coach in college football, in my opinion. And that's why they're having the success he's having. I'm just saying that, bro. Does it talent matter? I
Yeah,
mean,
I
they
feel you.
Yeah,
got
I
it
some
feel
does.
you, Brian.
talent.
Eventually, it
They
does.
ain't just
Eventually, it
all
does.
scrubs.
That's how you
no,
gauge
no,
that
and
talent.
you're right. And he's coached up some guys that maybe Miami's of the world wouldn't have recruited, right? So that's
Yep.
true too. I'm just saying though, I don't know how long they can beat these teams that are more talented than them. I
Me
mean,
neither.
Talent
he's
will
been
only
right
get you
all
so
I
season,
mean,
far.
so
they've been
I
doing
gotta
it
give
all
him
year,
that.
M3.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
no,
was
I
about to
know.
say
That's what I'm
talent can
saying.
get you only
He's been
so
doing that
far.
all
You gotta
year. I
have the
gotta
other
give him that. I gotta
components.
keep believing that. I'm gonna give my. I haven't given my prediction on the game yet tonight. I'm gonna do it by the end of this, but I'm still working it out in my head. I don't,
I
I
think the
don't
Yeah,
like
Ducks.
Dan Lanning
I think the
personally,
Ducks put
Indiana.
up a fight,
but
but I think
that's
they put
still
up
a
a
Bro,
good
fight,
Dan
team.
man.
Lanning
But
win this championship, he gonna be unbearable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hey,
Indiana
But I can.
by a touchdown.
I think the
Yeah,
Ducks
but
gonna keep it tight, man.
Said
But
you still going off
I'm,
24
I
I'm,
just
7.
I'm
don't.
amazed. I
Hey,
just, like I said, eventually, we got to be real. No matter how good of a coach you are,
yeah,
eventually, when you play a team who's like, okay, feels real disrespected, feel like we better than you, they're gonna be like, okay, well, let's see what you got. Let's see how good your coach is. Because y'all forgetting that Penn State game against Indiana. Look what it took to beat Penn State. You can't tell me Miami ain't better than them. The Buckeyes only
Yeah,
lost by 3 points. They still lost. Like, don't get it twisted. Miami's
yeah,
defense is better than Ohio's defense and Penn State's defense by a lot.
Indiana.
By a
brother. But
lot.
great teams always have that game during their season, brother. You know that
Are they a great
where they
team?
win a game and they know damn well they shouldn't.
It's gonna be
I mean,
interesting if Miami plays Indiana because they both play a similar style
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
offensively.
That's what I'm
yeah.
Perfect
saying.
example. We know damn well Illinois should have beat us in 23.
Look at Maniac. Look at Maniac.
You mean 22? You mean 22?
Yes, I mean 22.
Maniac.
We know
Maniac
that.
stupid. Hey, read this comment, man.
So
Indiana players average
Coulda,
is
woulda.
like
23.
23 years old. Signetti recruiting grown men.
that's my
Uh,
thing, man.
that's what the maniac
The
said.
He got
BY, he
them
got the
boys believing, baby.
BYU.
Guess what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If that's the rules of the game and he can do that, more power to him.
By
Eventually,
the
it's
way,
going to fix
Utah
it.
was doing
Eventually.
that. By the way, Kyle
Yeah.
Whittingham was successful doing that down there with them guys going on those LDS missions,
Yeah.
coming back
But hey,
with beards
all
and a
over the nation.
family.
Dude, Cam Rising at that.
Kim
Hey,
Rising was
hey,
playing college football for 37 years.
Hmm.
Crazy.
By the time you got ready, he was
Cam
30.
Russell. Hey, Cam Russell look like Jared Leto out there, man. What we got
Yeah,
going on? But
bro.
I just
Oh
don't
man.
no LDS guys in Michigan, man. Like no LDS don't know. We recruit you at 18. We don't want to see you when you 20 and 21. No. You need to be there when you're
Hey,
Weren't
18. Someone
weren't we
make a
no,
looking
break
at
their hand off.
somebody
I mean,
that
I
was going
think
on a mission? Weren't we looking at somebody in the 20?
Gatlin Bear.
Yeah,
Got
Yeah,
him
Bear.
got
Yeah.
him
there.
there.
Hmm.
Mm.
He still ain't
we
back.
got
He come
we
back
got to
next year
look
though.
at it,
You
guys.
get
We
right.
got
Where he at? He back yet?
He
Yeah,
come
he'll
back
be
next
back
year.
this
He's
year.
done
This
this year.
year.
Yeah.
you got to look at it though, man. Indiana has the luxury. All they have to do is go in the portal. They can't recruit. We got to do all
Oh,
three.
uh,
We got to
Mark Cuban
recruit. We
just
got to hit the
funneled a whole
portal.
bunch of money to Indiana too,
No,
so
I
they don't.
know, and
Yeah,
that's what's
to,
crazy, bro. Indiana gonna be good for a minute, man. We gonna
Yes,
have to deal
because
with
all
them
they got
going
to do is hit
forward.
the portal.
Yeah.
That's all they got to
Yep,
do.
Well,
that's
but
the new
eventually,
way.
like with Mel Tucker, eventually development becomes an issue. It's going. Now, I'm not talking about the coaching. I'm talking about eventually you're gonna run out. You're gonna run out of time. Like my man Maniac said, my twin, the glass slipper gonna come off eventually. It's going to.
Mm.
I don't think it
You
is,
can't just run
Steven.
through the
I don't
portal.
think
Until
it
they put
is
some guardrails up, man. I don't think it is.
because he know what he doing.
Yeah.
He better at it than
Exactly.
Mel Tucker was. He's better at it.
Well, he
Oh my
definitely
bad. It
better
ain't
than
working.
Mel.
It ain't working.
Shout
Hey,
out to
Johnny, it ain't work. It ain't working in
Hey, you
Colorado
know
though,
he
Johnny.
under Nick Saban tree.
He better at it than Dion. Dion,
shout out to
he
Mel
never even
Tucker.
had a
I
run
love
game.
Prime, but Prime ain't proven, man. I love
Hey,
Right.
Prime. Don't get me wrong.
M3, have you heard anything about us maybe getting Quincy Porter?
I have heard that.
uh,
Well, getting
Nobody
him
wants that
is
ball.
that's strong. I did
He's
hear he
interested.
was visiting. He's interested. His I got his agent's number in my phone. I texted him immediately the other day. Shout out to Latish. But yeah,
I
it's
mean,
a
either
thing.
him or the kid from Texas will be great.
I was
Hey
Say
gonna
both
say
of
man,
them. Fuck it.
both of them are
hey, what?
interested.
He was gonna commit
Get
to
both
us,
of
then
them, right?
something happened,
Right, that's
right?
what I'm saying. Get both.
Yeah.
I mean,
It wasn't nothing happened. It came down to Michigan and Ohio State. He chose Ohio State, and who could be
Because they
mad at
gave
him
more
back
money,
then?
right? They
Well,
gave him more
I'm
money,
sure it was
right?
more money too, but
Yeah.
also, I mean, they produce wide receivers.
can't blame a wideout for going
yeah.
to that place, man.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Not
I mean,
anymore.
yeah, they head chief is gone now, so we gonna
They
see.
Hey,
finna be long snapper you. They gonna be long snapper you in a
Go
minute.
said it's USF, and I do think if Michigan doesn't get him, it's definitely USF. I do think, in fact, I'll say USF probably in the lead.
Because of Brian Hartline.
Probably
Yeah.
so.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right
Well,
now. I live in Columbus. The well is getting a little dry with the money. L
Hey.
Brands and Lex Wexner ain't coming through this year.
Ain't Wexner under investigation? What?
Hey, I'm just saying.
Hey, don't tell Garrison that.
Right.
hey, win with class and lose with class. That's what they say, right? So you're gonna experience a losing, and I'm gonna laugh at you when it happens. So get ready, Buckeye man. It's
No
over.
doubt. Shout out to Terrence. He says talent is nothing without coaching. That's a fact. Listen,
True.
I'm not, bro. Kurt Signetti is him, bro. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. Yes, the dude is absolutely the best right now. That said,
Hey, first of all, I was on that train before any of y'all.
you were.
I want to point
Ben
that
was
out.
on the train early. Ben was on the train early. I'm giving Ben the credit for that. That said, though, listen. You playing back to back, right? Johnny, cut it out, Johnny. You beat Ohio State in the Big Ten championship. Cool. You turn around, you beat Alabama, who was much more talented than you on paper. Cool.
Yeah, but
now you got to play Oregon again, who you did beat earlier this season, and who, by the way, has a coach that is susceptible to getting beat twice by the same team.
Yes, he is.
But the quarterback is more talented than your quarterback. Your quarterback won the Heisman. Absolutely. Their wide receivers are more talented than your wide receivers. Like all of these, every position group outside of maybe linebacker, maybe linebacker, they're more talented than y'all.
But shouldn't that be a cause for pause though? Because going back to the Oregon and Texas Tech game, Texas Tech should have won that game, or at least made it more.
Should have won the game.
Do you know
They
what
didn't
the
even
score
score,
was?
man.
No. I don't think they should have won.
game.
I picked them to win though, and I thought in that defense kept them in it longer than they should have been.
But that's what I'm
but
saying.
they couldn't do nothing
defense,
offensively.
That defense should have kept them in the game long enough. The offense just stalled out pretty much half the time. Anyway.
Absolutely.
All the time.
One of the causes for pause for me with Oregon is that Texas Tech game, because they can't go stretches without getting points against Indiana. Don't do that.
Yeah.
You need to score the ball.
I think Texas Tech was playing out their league that day. Just gonna be
Yeah,
honest. The way they look,
The lights were too
Texas Tech could have
bright.
gotten
It was
like
just too
an
bright.
extra
they was
50
playing out
yards
their
or
league
something,
that
but
day, man.
they lost 23-0. They may have gotten an extra few yards, but they were not going to win
if
that game.
Utah should have won or
That
BYU.
12-1 record in the Big 12, they was playing out their league, man.
Don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. It ain't even
Talent is
12 teams no
on
more.
paper. Guaranteed.
Don't be surprised if Indiana roll these boys tonight, man. Don't be
I
surprised.
just can't see it, bro.
Hey,
I
if
can't see
Indiana
it.
beat
I know,
Oregon,
Steve. Hey, brother, I can't see it, can't learn it, can't do none of that shit. But
okay,
boy,
right
I'm
now,
telling you, man. So I'm
everybody
telling you,
agrees
they're gonna
Indiana
get
got to
rolled
be the
tonight.
favorite for the whole thing right now, right? With the
Yeah.
final,
Of course.
they favorite.
And here's the beauty of it, guys, and this is what I love about it. If Indiana goes to the Natty, right, it's for sure guaranteed that no matter who wins the Natty, it has so much more impressive of a championship than that bum-ass team Ohio State did last year. Like their whole thing of bragging about, oh, we beat guys, that's not going to last a year, right? That's not gonna, it's already been. It'll already be lapped. It'll already be lapped. It's a beautiful thing. We already had a better championship than theirs, obviously, in 2023. I mean, that's not even up for question.
Hey, Ben, let them bums sit in their cellar and pee on themselves. Don't even mention them.
No, I gotta rub salt in the wound.
Hey,
but let me ask
they
you,
got enough salt in their wound to last a lifetime.
I gotta rub salt in the wound, bro.
So after watching Miami last night, y'all telling me that you just expect Indiana to? Do you expect
I'm not
to win or?
I'm not saying.
I raise my hand. I do.
Yo,
I don't know.
Indiana look like they can beat anybody, bro. But Miami looks like they can beat anybody.
That's what I'm saying,
thing, ain't it?
You said what?
I said belief is a powerful thing when you feel that
No,
that
1,000%, bro. And
Yeah.
Signetti has obviously installed belief in these guys. They believe they can beat anybody, and I believe they can beat anybody. But I also think Miami can beat anybody. I also think Oregon can beat anybody.
Here's the funniest thing about this: if Miami wins, you will never see more Miami fans that, in terms of a fan base that never existed.
Yeah,
If Miami wins,
Yeah,
you'll see
No,
a fan base you thought didn't even exist, bro.
They've been dormant, bro. They
Go
waiting to
go
come back. Let me say
go
this
on
though.
Twitter.
I will say this. I believe if you're Miami, you want Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
I think
No, they
Oregon is
want
a
they
bigger
want Oregon.
problem than for Miami than is Indiana.
Oregon fast. They little, man. Miami will break them boys in it. No, man. I think Cristobal wants Oregon.
Bro,
I
the
do.
way
And
Oregon
Steve,
can run
that's
the
why
football,
Steve, that's why I say Indiana gonna roll these boys tonight.
Well,
That's
Indiana's
roll
defense is
is
not
a
what you
bad.
just
strong
said right
word.
there is why I
Indiana,
believe
Roll is
Indiana
a
gonna
strong
win.
word.
but Indiana has a
that's
good
strong.
defense.
Yeah,
They don't have,
that's
but they don't
strong.
have the dogs in Miami. Indiana. Let me make sure I clarify this. Indiana has a really good and impressive
All I know
defense.
this:
Miami, that D line, them boys are some
Miami is
animals,
watching.
bro.
They do, but Indiana play together, man. They play together, and
Yeah.
you see how
Miami,
they
did
was
you
spraying.
watch that?
Did you? I know you saw how they was spraying to the ball in their last game.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, against
Them boys was like missiles to the ball.
okay, so watch the last night's game.
It
Did you,
was.
dog? Once again, Miami didn't get tired. They were like Kevin Gates. They didn't get tired last night, bro. It was from start to finish, dog. I ain't seen nothing like that in years, bro. In years.
I want them
I will
dead
give you that, but
presidents.
I completely disagree.
two things
100%
two things
disagree.
can be
There
true.
was a point in that game where Ole Miss was getting whatever they wanted. They
Chambliss was
honestly just
cooking.
ran out
He
of
was
time.
cooking.
I didn't say that they weren't getting yards. I said
He
Miami
got
did.
caught up with
Miami
Miami.
from the
Some
first off.
Mesidor
Once again, I
was
didn't
hurt.
ask
That's
your
what I'm
opinion.
They
saying,
were
man.
down. They're starting two corners by that time. They had a targeting against a starting safety. Like they were down like 4 players by the
Yeah,
time
but
that
even
they were
before
cooking.
that, M3, the whole second half, they were just getting whatever they wanted,
They were.
The
pretty much.
linebacker was
Bro,
hurt. The
okay,
D tackle
Ben,
was
No, they
hurt.
won't.
you can't
No,
sit
no, they
here and
won't.
say that he threw at least 2 interception worthy passes in the second half.
Miami dropped it.
Shoulda, coulda,
They
woulda.
don't.
Here's
If
what I
they
do
don't
know,
catch them, they
though.
don't count him. You
Hey,
know that,
here's
bro.
what I do know, though. That
But
whole
shoulda, coulda,
second half,
woulda is
bro.
the same thing we saying about them winning the game. They
Hey, hold
coulda,
on.
shoulda,
Hey,
woulda
hold
game.
on now. Hey, hold on now. So they scored 17 points in the second half. I mean, they got whatever they wanted, pretty much.
Except the win.
They
Well,
Hold
got
on.
win.
Hold on.
obviously.
What?
Oh no, man. Look, don't I'm not I agree that Ole Miss played a lot better in the second half than they did in the first half. They were probably the better team in the second half, but you know, they didn't make enough plays. That's all.
That's true.
Part of that was Miami's game plan was for him to get rid of the ball like that too, though.
Right. Right.
So they were
Well, and
trying to. If they catch those picks, then it's a different game. Like that was the plan. We're getting interceptions, but we're dropping them. So the
yeah.
game plan was right. They just didn't make the plays.
Yeah.
I will say this, though. That O line did a great job protecting Trinidad for the most part.
Well, I think
They
the
did for a
Ole
little bit,
Miss's
not the
game
first
plan was
half.
great because they were
They
getting
got
that
that
thing
ball
out of
out
there.
quick.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, they did a good job. No, Bain didn't wreck the game. Mesidor didn't wreck the game. So yeah.
Which really comes into question: how fucking overrated was that bum ass Ohio State team? I mean, they
Ben, oh my
couldn't
God,
do
brother.
fucking shit against that
Nah,
defense.
I'm with Ben on that one. That
Hey,
O line was overrated
hey,
all year
Ben,
long.
man, do you
No,
sleep with
man.
a little dog? Did you stick needles in with them motherfuckers by your bed or something?
Man,
Bro,
which brings into
it just
question.
makes you think, right? Like when you put the season in totality, Ohio State really they didn't play anybody, and every time they played somebody, they couldn't do shit on offense.
Hey,
Like they
listen,
were actually bummed. Like don't get me wrong, that defense was great, but that offense, they were bums. The most overrated
Hold up.
offense, I think, in
Do
the
y'all
history of
remember
college football.
who was saying that all season? But who was saying that? Maze. Who was saying they
You
weren't
were
that good
saying
all
that.
season?
You were saying that.
I was saying that, wasn't I? And
That
they
said,
showed up. It was true.
I was giving them too much credit because last week or Monday, not last week, I said that against the three best teams they played, the Texas, Indiana, and Miami, I said that they were averaging 16 points a game, and that was really 12.6 points per game against those teams. They average when you add Michigan into the mix, they were averaging 16 points a game against the 4 ranked teams they played. Right,
Yeah,
so
they were never world
Struggle
beaters.
they were
bus.
never who we
Yeah,
thought they were.
they
I'm
were never
sorry,
world
Ghost.
beaters for sure.
I'm sorry.
I
Julian
will say
Sand was
on
so.
defense, they were who we thought we were, but the offense was actually just
Even
buns. It was
even their
straight buns,
defense
that
was
offense.
Their
even their
defense wasn't that
defense
good
was
either, man.
overrated, Ben.
Their
Even
defense
that
wasn't that
defense was
good, man. Let's not.
overrated.
No, the defense
Caleb
wasn't
Garrett,
overrated,
you
bro.
know,
think?
that
Yeah,
defense.
yeah,
The
it
defense
was.
was
Nah,
If
you
you
never
can't
can't,
make
overrated.
it.
if
Bro,
you
You
the
that
can't.
defense,
defense,
if you that
you can't
defense,
call the
Ben,
defense overrated. You
yes,
can't
I
call the
can.
defense.
Let me tell
No,
you
you
why.
cannot, bro.
Yes, I
Look at
can. If you
hold
let me
on. Let
tell
me
you
finish the
why.
thought. Hold on. Let me finish the thought. If you look at Texas, Indiana, and Miami, they gave up 7 points to Texas. They gave up 10 points to Indiana. They gave up
Ex-
17 to Miami. You can't call that defense
That's
overrated.
great. That's great. Now let me tell you why. Arch was boo boo first game, straight garbage, and he played like that half of the year. That's fact, not opinion. Now Indiana, okay, I'll give you credit for that one. But when Miami, when you needed to stop, who let you down? When you needed to stop, who let you down? The
Yep.
legendary defense. So it
Yep.
wasn't as good as we thought it was. If
No,
they let
I have
that's
Johnny. I hate to do this. I have to disagree, bro. Look, did they give up
it's
points at the
no
end? Sure.
disagree. Did they defense stop them, Ben?
Okay,
No, they went right
no.
down the
But
field
hold on.
and ended the game. What are we talking about?
Johnny, even the 2023 Michigan defense didn't hold every single team they played to 17 or under.
I'm talking about winning time. I'm talking about winning time. Defense, I need the ball back. Stop them.
Rod Moore
Michigan did that
interception.
every time.
Bro,
Ball
Michigan
game.
did that
I
every
can't look
time.
at one. I can't look at
What are
one
you talking
drive.
about? We're talking about winning,
Nah, man.
winning in the playoff. What are you talking about?
I can't look at one drive. And for example, 26.
That's
There's plenty
what
of
do we
defense
play
I can.
defense for? What are we talking
Nah, man.
about, bro?
I can't look at one drive and then say, well, that defense wasn't one of the greatest. That defense is one of the
Now I can't
greatest
hear him.
defenses
No,
ever
it's
No,
seen.
not.
it's
And
No,
not.
that
it's not.
Stop.
and
No,
that
Stop
it's
it.
is
not.
Stop.
why
No, it's not.
Ryan
Stop
Day is a
it.
bum.
You wildin'. Stop
Man,
it.
no,
And
it's
that
not.
is why
You ain't one of the
Ryan Day
greatest
is a
defense if
bum
you ain't
because
proved
Ryan
It's
nothing.
not
Day
one of the
fumbled.
greatest.
Oh man, yeah,
Ryan
but
Day
one of those
fumbled a
You
generational
wildin'.
one of
defense.
those
That's why he's a
44
bum.
came on the pick six.
That
He's
defense
saying that
wasn't
the defense
generational.
gave up 17.
That defense gave up the fewest points, I think, outside of 2011
Against
Alabama.
Who did
whom?
they play?
Against whom?
Ben, who did they
Every
play?
team
You
they
just
play,
said they
hold
didn't
on.
play
Every team
nobody.
they
So how are you
played,
saying they generational when they
every
ain't
team
play
they played,
nobody?
they held to 17. Even the teams that you could consider good matchups, they held to 17
Black
and under.
Beauty.
Man, did they? Okay, Miami scored more than 17, didn't they? You can say it
Well,
was
y'all
field
do
goals, but did
ghost.
they
No,
hold them to?
bro.
Y'all do.
Did they hold them to 17? Yes
One
or
of the
no?
touchdowns was a pick six.
Okay,
That's not
okay.
the
So
defense.
one of the, okay. So let me ask you. You
Bro,
keep talking about
Arch
Michigan
was
23.
garbage the first half of
What
the year.
defense?
I
What?
can't give
Okay,
you cool
hold up,
points
Johnny.
for
Hold up,
holding
Johnny.
them to 7.
Michigan 2023. When did the defense let them down? What game?
It never did.
Hold on.
Exactly.
That defense
Exactly.
gave up 27
I
versus
asked you when did they
Bolt.
let them down? I asked you
Hold
when did they let
on,
When
them
we
down? Answer
hold
the
needed to
on.
question.
No,
stop, when we
Answer
needed
the
to
question.
stop,
hold on.
man, we got that
I
stop.
got to look at the totality of the defense. So
I
as
asked you
great as that,
who did they when did they let them
hold
down,
on,
Ben?
buddy,
No.
buddy,
No, no,
hold
no,
on,
no, no.
buddy,
Just answer the question.
buddy,
Just answer
hold
the question.
on.
They were
Buddy,
15 and
hold
0.
on.
When
In
did they let them down? When did that
2023,
defense let
hold
them down?
on. In 2023, I give actually a lot of credit in those versus Maryland and Ohio State. I got to give a bunch of that credit to the Michigan offense. If
When
the
did the
Michigan
defense
offense
let them
doesn't
down?
score
That was
What are
my
30
you
plus
talking
question.
about?
points,
Maryland,
My
Sanders
question
still
was
if
had like
when
two
did the
if
defense
the
picks.
let them down?
Michigan
The
offense
defense
doesn't
kept getting
score
the ball
30
back,
plus,
bro. What are you
hold
talking
on. If
about?
the Michigan
Ben,
offense doesn't score 30 plus points, we lose those games.
Ben, hold
When
on,
did the
Ben.
defense? My question
And
was when did the
both
defense let them
the
down?
answer to Dot's question, the answer to Steven's question is the defense didn't let them down. In both of those
Thank you.
games specifically, the defense ended those games.
Hmm.
They also gave up 27
Yeah,
points in both
yeah,
games.
bro. But they
You ain't.
ended them. Is the point? What
Yeah, but
Johnny
you're
is
only
saying is,
looking at the end
hold
of the
on, bro.
game.
Hold
If
on, bro.
our offense
That's the
doesn't
most
score
Ben,
important
30
part.
plus, we
Ben,
lose.
Ben. You just said that. We heard you. What Johnny is saying though is that In the cases of the 2 losses for Ohio State, the defense had a chance to not let it happen, and it did
And let
happen.
it happen. Yep.
For
Yeah, but
Michigan, when the
how
defense
much
needed to
onus
stand up, they stood up.
how much onus do you put on the offense though? For example, for Ohio State, if Ohio State actually does their job and actually scores points.
Forget the if.
Hold
Man.
on.
We ain't talking about
Listen, hold on. If Ohio State actually does their job, moves the ball and scores, and doesn't throw a fucking pick six, and they score just 20 points, they win the Miami game. If Ohio State's offense does its job and
That's
doesn't
too
score
much
just
if.
10 fucking
That's too much if, Ben.
hold on, it doesn't score just 10 points versus Indiana, they win the game. I put more of the blame on the offenses than the defenses versus 2023. If
Ben,
Michigan's offense doesn't actually cook and score 30 plus points,
I gotta take a
we're looking at
Garrison
that
quote here.
defense like, what the fuck?
This dude,
If
you don't know
my
what you're talking
aunt
about.
had balls, she'd be my uncle.
Yeah, thank you.
What's
Okay, let me ask you
old
this, Ben.
saying?
In the Big Ten
Defense wins
championship game, when
championships at the end of the day.
Mendoza threw that pass, when Mendoza for offense on Indiana, the quarterback threw that pass at the end of the game, was the Buckeyes defense on the field? Yes or no?
Okay, you're looking at one play to decide.
Yes or no? Yes or no, Ben?
That's hold on. That's called a false dichotomy fallacy.
Ben, yes or
which
no?
means that
Yes
it's
or no?
hold on. That's a false dichotomy fallacy.
Man,
That's a
yes or
false
no?
dichotomy fallacy
no, bro?
where
Yes or
you're
no?
giving
Oh my
two.
God.
It's not a yes or no. That's called a
Yes
false
or no?
dichotomy fallacy. That's a
Yes or
fallacious
no,
argument.
Ben? Yes or
It's
no,
not a
bro,
yes or
Ben?
no answer. I'm
Okay,
not
so
gonna
you
I'm
don't
not
want
gonna
to.
appeal to
So
your false
you and
dichotomy
Garrison, y'all are
fallacy.
twins at this point because you don't want to be
That's a
wrong.
false
You're wrong.
dichotomy
You've been wrong
fallacy.
all
You're
year.
proposing that
You've
there's
been
only
wrong
two
all year.
answers to your
When they
question.
play
There's not.
Miami,
There's a
when
third
they play
answer.
Miami and they
The
were
third
giving up
answer would
those
be
passes,
that
stop it, bro.
I'm not
Bro,
gonna just look at one play
stop,
given
dog.
up
Stop,
and
bro. Stop.
then just condemn
You're
the
wrong
entire
again, bro.
performance of the
It's not
defense.
a
You don't like
one
to be
play,
wrong.
Ben.
You don't like
It's
to
a
be wrong.
drive.
Ben,
Ohio State was down 3. Defense, you have to get this stop. Get my offense back the ball, and we will win this game. Get the stop, defense. You're generational. Get the stop. They didn't get it, bro. They're not generational. If you were generational, you get that stop. You give your
Hold
offense
on,
the chance to get the ball back.
hold on, listen to this. Imagine my
We're not doing
defense.
hypotheticals. Nope, we're not
Hold
doing
on,
hypotheticals.
imagine my defense has
We're not.
held
That's a false
Indiana
dichotomy.
to 10
That's a false
points.
dichotomy. We're
Hold
not
on,
doing that. We're not
imagine
doing,
you don't even know what a false dichotomy is, apparently. Imagine my
whatever you about to say,
defense.
you don't know how to answer yes or no
Imagine
question,
my
clown.
defense
You don't know
holds
how to answer yes or
Indiana
no
to
question.
10 points.
You don't know how to
Imagine
answer
this. My
yes or no
defense
question.
holds the
Hey,
team to 10
nobody
points
answer
all
that.
the way
Nobody
to the
answer
end
that.
of the game.
Nobody
And my
answer this
defense,
question.
if my defense gives up a play at the end of the
Nobody
game, and
answer this
I'm
clown.
mad at the
Nobody answer
defense and
this
not the
clown.
offense. That's
Nobody,
crazy.
because the
How am I
Michigan
getting
fans don't
mad
even
at the
like you.
defense and not
The
the
Michigan
offense?
fans don't even.
The
Bro, the
I'm
Michigan
offense
fans
talking
don't
about
even
the
scored
like
more
you.
than
Miami
fucking
game.
The
10
Michigan
points.
I'm
fans
not
don't
even
even like
talking
you, bro.
about Indiana. I'm talking about Miami. You down 3. Defense, get
Same
us the
thing.
ball back.
The
Get us
Michigan
the
fans
ball
don't
back.
even
They
like
went
you,
right
bro.
down the
Get out
field and
the
scored a
get out, man.
touchdown. What are
Bye,
you
dude.
talking
Same
about?
thing.
Bye, dude.
Imagine I
Ball
hold
game.
Miami to 7. Hold on. Imagine I hold Miami. At that point, would have been what 10? Where were they at that
We live
point?
in
10. They
reality.
had
This
14
ain't an
points.
imaginary
17,
world. This is reality.
17.
Reality.
No, I'm talking about offense. At that point,
We're not
offense
talking.
had
No, we
scored.
talking.
The offense had
You
scored
ain't
what?
answering.
10
No.
points.
We ain't imagining nothing. Answer our
We're,
question.
we're
So at that
talking
point,
about
Answer
the
the
our question.
offense
actual
had only
score of the
scored
game,
10
Ben.
points.
The
Bro, you
actual
don't like to
score
be
of the
wrong,
game.
bro. I don't know what kind of
We're
human being
talking
you are.
about
You
the
a weirdo,
defense,
bro.
though.
Ben,
The
here's the
defense had
thing.
only given up
Does
10 points at that point of
Ohio
the
State's
game,
defense
and
this season
somehow I'm getting
top
mad at the
5 all time?
defense when the offense can't fucking do shit? That's
No,
crazy.
I'm not getting mad at the
Ben,
defense. I'm talking about you calling them generational. They're not.
They
And the
100%
proof
are
is on the
generational.
field.
There's not a
No, they're
statistical
not.
category you can't look at and tell me they're not generational.
You just
No,
said
they're
they
not.
didn't play anybody. What are you talking about?
Right. You
When they
can't
did
say
play
that. And
somebody, they still performed at a generational level.
The defense
Boy,
look.
that
Lord have
defense
mercy.
at
ain't
a
generational with them
generational level.
stats. Just give
All
me
right.
stats.
Hey, we gotta
Give
move
me
on. We can't talk
championships.
about Ohio State.
Defense can
You
even
don't
win the
know what you're talking
championship,
Ohio
the Big
State.
Ten
Ohio
championship.
State is at home on the couch, just like Michigan, bro. It doesn't even matter at this
Talking
point.
about some generational.
Ohio
You
State
trying
didn't
to
get it done.
hold on, Maze, real quick, my bad, Maze. You come on here trying to play Ohio State, and now you lifting them up, man. You got me so baffled.
Well, hold
I'm
on, because I'm a
baffled by
narrative
you.
pusher, and I got to shit on Johnny. I got to shit on Ryan Day, and this is the thing. I got to keep my
Johnny
narrative
said
that Ryan Day fumbled the generational defense. Ryan Day fumbled the generational defense. It's forever a black eye on his resume.
Ben, in the Rose, when Bama played Michigan in the Rose Bowl, what did Michigan's defense do?
If the offense
Hey,
doesn't score at the end of the
Oh
regulation, we're not
my
even talking
god!
about the defense.
Oh Lord.
We're not even talking about
Come
the
on,
defense, bro.
man. Come on,
Oh
man.
Lord.
If
You
that
are a
was if
weirdo,
we were
man.
playing Uno, that would be the biggest reverse card I've ever seen in my life.
The Uno revert. Come on, Ben.
That's crazy.
They didn't get the stops they needed. They were false prophets. We
Shout
talking
out to
about
J. Cole.
fallacies.
No. Ryan Day is an offensive mind, fumbled the generational defense. It's forever one of
They're
the
not
greatest fumbles in the history of
generational,
college football.
man. They not generational.
If he was
What are we
generational
talking
play calling, they would have scored more than how many points they scored in against Miami?
They scored
10?
14.
17, something like
14
14
points?
or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we also need to stop calling him a generational play caller too. That shit needs to die out as well.
Ryan Day, this is what Ryan Day is generational at. He's generational at pre-ordering, getting coupon deals on Just for Men and blush at Ulta. That's what Ryan Day is generational at. I stand by it. We moving on, bro.
Yeah.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Indiana takes on Oregon for the second time this season. I need y'all's predictions. Who wins this game? Cam, let's start with you. Who wins?
I'm gonna
Cam.
go Indiana. It's gonna be close. Indiana. It's
Indiana
gonna be
for
close
Cam.
though.
Steven, who you got?
I got Oregon
I know Steven wasn't gonna let me down.
23, Indiana 17.
Johnny, who you got?
Give me Indiana. I think it's going to be closer than expected, but I'm going Indiana. I think Dan Lannon is going to get too greedy, going for it on fourth
On
too many
fourth
times.
down. He's such an idiot. Yeah, I forgot about that too. I gotta add that in here. Ben Baller, Indiana or Oregon? Do we even need to ask you?
Well, actually, I'm going to be a contrarian today.
Okay.
I think it's hard to beat the same a good team twice like this. I'm actually going to go Oregon. I'm going to go Oregon 27-17 over Indiana. And I think yep. And I think it's going to the first game was, I think the first game was close in some aspects. I'm going to go Oregon to make the corrections that's needed and to actually beat Indiana 27-17 and go to the national championship where they will lose to Miami.
Did
But
Ben
Mace,
just pick
if
against
Oregon
Spaghetti?
would have done some things differently, they would have won the first game.
Hey, Seth, who wins tonight?
I'm going to go with the same sentiment. It's going to be a close game, but I still have Indiana pulling away. I think we just alluded to Dan Lanning getting too greedy on fourth down. I think we're going to see a lot of that. And then two, we're also going to see just the defense for Indiana just take over at a certain point. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 27 or no 30 27 30
All right.
27.
My guy Chippo, Baltimore's finest. Who you got tonight?
Yeah, I hit the wrong button, but I think Indiana gonna pull it off in a tight window, man. I mean, I like their defense better than Oregon. So I
Yeah.
think they're gonna win a close one. I mean, probably by 3 or something. I don't got no score though.
No doubt. I'm gonna go Oregon, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's a shocker to y'all out here. Aaron probably kicking over, flipping desks right now. Give me Oregon 33-13.
Holy
Oregon.
shit.
Yeah, it's not gonna be close tonight. It's gonna be
Whoa.
it's gonna be like when Ohio State played Oregon the second time last season.
Whoa.
Actually, let me stop
Mace.
bringing up Ohio State.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like when somebody else plays somebody else for the second time in the season. Alabama
Bama
beat
plays
the brakes off
Georgia,
of LSU.
Hey y'all, we might need to do a wellness check on Mays because that was a little crazy.
Yeah, man.
So you
Oregon.
got Oregon blowing out Indiana?
33-13.
Wow.
Wow.
Wellness check will be at your
The
doorstep.
Dante Moore, 4 touchdowns, declares for the NFL draft. The Las Vegas Raiders select him with the number 1 pick.
Troll. Maze
Dante
trolling
Moore
us
win the
right now. He
Heisman tonight,
trolling.
y'all.
You
Yo,
wildin'. You
Done.
wildin'.
He beat them so bad. Mendoza goes to his locker, hands Dante Moore the Heisman. Hey, this
Oh, hell
belongs
no.
to you, Dante Moore.
So
MVP.
you betting on the talent finally?
Absolutely. And if Indiana wins this game, I'm betting on the talent in the championship.
Wow.
Give me Miami, 47-6.
You just refuse. You just refuse to believe that Signetti is coaching well.
No, listen. Signetti is absolutely the best coach in college football. Signetti is absolutely that, but his team doesn't deserve it.
You think
Those teams, the teams that went out here and bust their ass on the recruiting trail, deserve it.
They portal merchants, man. That's what they are.
These are new. This is a new day. See,
Yeah, it is.
I see what you on, Maze. Maze Sweeney, Dabo Sweeney.
His team don't deserve it. Listen, hold on. By the way, this as for a Michigan fan, the way I'm Michigan fanning, the only right answer to win the national championship is Miami. First of all, I never want Oregon to win the national championship. I want to be able to look at Oregon every year, be like, y'all got Nike, you got Phil Knight, all of these things, and you still got 0 trophies in that trophy case. That joint fresh as hell. Y'all clean it every day, and it ain't got nothing in it. Secondly, Indiana, I can't have the team that was literally had the worst winning percentage in college football 3 years ago win a championship. It just can't happen. By the way, I can't have another Big Ten team win a championship. The only Big Ten team to winning the championship should be Michigan. If it's not Michigan, to hell with the rest of them. Give me Miami if either one of these teams win, by the way. But definitely, I don't want to see Indiana win it.
You wildin', Dabo.
I'm just saying, man. I'm a Michigan fan, and Michigan. What we look like? Oregon win a national championship or Indiana win a national championship, and we sitting at the crib. No,
Hey,
no.
All I know is that championship patch on that jersey going to look hard though. I know that.
Yeah, no, that is going to be crazy. But I need Oregon's trophy case to remain blank. I need Indiana's trophy. Well, I think they won a national championship during Prohibition or something.
I was about to say World War One.
They might have got one, but yeah, they don't deserve it. Kurt Signetti is a great coach. Yes, Dan Lanning is a good coach. You know, I used to call him Diet James Franklin. He kind of got out of that a little bit.
Wow.
But he doesn't deserve it either. So give me Miami to win the national championship.
Well, actually, he has got out of that because even James Franklin made it to the semis last year.
Yeah, I mean, he in the semis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he needs to break through to the natty to.
That's what I'm saying. He's got to beat. He's got to beat Indiana.
I see what you're saying. All right.
He's got to get further than Franklin.
But he's already been in more CFPs.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah. 2 years.
Who would be more unbearable though? The Oregon fans or the Hoosier fans? If that
Oregon, I don't even see
Oregon by a mile. I mean, come on.
Indiana don't really got fans.
Hey, put it like this: Oregon fans are already arrogant, and they've never won shit. So imagine if they win shit.
I know, bro.
They're gonna be unbearable, bro.
And by the way, if they win, Phil Knight might just give all his money to Oregon football.
Yeah,
that might be his swan song. He might be able to pass away gracefully after that.
Yo, because he is like 90 years old. I'm ready for Phil to get up out of here, so Oregon, we ain't got to worry about him no more.
Y'all bugging, man.
Phil like 97 years old, man. Go ahead.
We don't condone passing away of historical people. So.
Maze.
He can go.
Maze, you probably wearing some Nikes right now. I guarantee you wearing Nikes right now.
I definitely got on some Nikes.
We all.
Boy, that's
you got the hat, Maze. Right, I was about to...
You know, I'm always repping, but he can go. Listen, it's in good hands with whoever's running it.
Give it to Jordan. Give it to Jordan.
Give it to Mike. Right. This is the house that Mike built.
I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Y'all stay up. Everybody be safe. Go
All
blue,
right,
baby.
man. Hey, go
No doubt.
blue. And shout out to Oregon. All right, gentlemen, look. Who do y'all want to see? What position group does Michigan need to attack in the portal with the most vigor?
Lines of scrimmage.
Yeah,
Okay.
front seven, the whole
You
front
still think
seven.
we need offensive line help?
No, I'm on the D line and linebackers,
Okay.
and I guess secondary
I'm
now. The
going.
whole defense.
Yeah,
We
I was
need the
gonna
whole
say yeah.
defense.
We need a whole defense, right?
Secondary linebacker and D line.
Yep.
Right.
I'm thinking from 2 weeks ago when it was just the front seven. Now we
Right.
need the whole defense now.
Right. We need an old priest, a new priest.
Need some holy water.
That's what we need. Prayer.
Yeah, it is. The
Prayer
secondary,
changes.
the whole secondary being in the portal is kind of upsetting to me, bro. I don't like it.
For
I don't
real,
understand it.
All the way.
It's ridiculous.
Oh,
Fuck it. Let's
hey,
start clean.
Mace,
Yo,
can I bring this up to y'all real quick? So I
that,
know everybody had their things to say about Chip Lindsey, and now we know he's going to Missouri. And also they just picked up Simmons, the quarterback from Ole Miss.
yeah,
He's coming down to Missouri. So what is our expectation? Are we going to give him grace if he actually has a complimentary offense down in Missouri, and we just blame it all on Sharon when that happens?
I think that they will have a better offense than Michigan had this year, but part of that is because Simmons is a veteran quarterback. Now I have no love lost for Chip Lindsey. I think the offense was pathetic. I think we ran 18 plays all year. I counted them. It wasn't good. And I'm not a big fan, but people before he got here, when he got here, people were all over it. I do expect that they'll be better than Michigan was this year, but I mean, he gets some of that blame too for me.
Hey, to add on to what you said, M3, they ran 18 plays, but 90% of those plays was the same rollout flood concept.
Bro, Ben, I wasn't gonna say it.
what-
I purposely caught myself from saying it because I know people are tired of me saying it. But you're absolutely right. And Ben, if he wanted to impress me just one time, bro, sneak a running back out the backside, have a tight end cross that flood the other way. Like, come on, bro. He didn't do none of that. Every time it was the same.
But
So
weren't they trying to
predictable.
make it simplify? They were trying to simplify it though. Like that
Sure,
was
I
the
think
main
so.
thing. Yeah, that was the main thing that they were saying all year. Like, hey, we're going to make this so simple for Bryce to the point where we can build off of the concept.
It was too
Granted,
simple.
But they
They went back to
didn't.
the Tecmo Bowl.
yeah,
play
that's the
calling.
problem. They did it, but I'm saying like that was the mindset going into this. But also,
Don't make
I
it
feel
so
like
simple that the defense is on top of it now.
Exactly.
yeah.
No signs, nothing. We don't need signs. Just line up
But
over
I
here.
also think Sharon had like a real big hand. Obviously, again, it just goes back to Sharon having a lot of distractions going on and him having a hand in everything. So I do think Chip going to Missouri will probably have an eye-opening moment and be like, oh, maybe this could have worked if Sharon didn't have so much of a palm in the offense. But that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah. Nah, I agree. I think we need to get wide receiver help. I do think we need a wide receiver. I do think the defense takes priority though. We got to get every level of the defense has to have pieces and good pieces. By the way, Biles, if we get those linebackers, by the way, bro, I'd be in heaven. Both of those linebackers would be great. The addition of John Henry Daly is a big one, but I don't expect that he'll be back in September or October. Maybe even November, right? So
was he injured? He was injured.
He tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, never
last
mind.
November, by the way. But before he tore his Achilles in November, he had 11 and a half sacks, bro. 17 and a half tackles for loss already. He was absolutely him. But that's somebody that I think will be better, or that we could use when he gets better. But until then, what we got?
I heard they were saying Marshall wants to be the highest paid receiver on the team.
He's waiting for
he deserves
the newcomers to see what he can get.
He deserves to be the highest paid receiver on the team.
But if you get a newcomer that's coming off of 800 or 1,000 yards, he don't deserve it then.
No, I agree with that. But the people that they talking about, Quincy Porter or Jamie French, they better
Yeah.
not get more money than Andrew
See
Marsh.
now that's
Yeah.
understandable.
Yeah.
Right.
And if they do, Andrew Marsh should leave. No, y'all not being serious about with it. This is crazy. But
I've
I'm with
also
you
heard.
too, Johnny. If they get somebody that's proven, hey Andrew, suck it up, bro. You getting some bread, all right? You getting some money. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
I've also heard that they talking about with how we're moving in the portal. Some positions are going to be less valued with the
Yeah.
NIL spending. So it's not like we can just go throw a mill at a position group and go get a couple people. Some of that money is going to have to be divvied up even more.
So
Hey, it's back on the table with everybody leaving if they choose to really leave. So some money will be freeing up.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a fact. What position? All right, let's do this. What position groups in order do you think should get the most money? Right. Obviously, we throwing quarterback out. We know that that's the most important position. But after quarterback, how should it go in terms of who gets the most money?
Defense.
Yeah,
I go
with me, I say linebacker, man.
I'd say defensive line,
Yeah.
Yep.
then linebackers, then wide receiver.
I'm D line, corner, wide receiver. Because you gotta think about, we gotta have some guys in the
I was
background
gonna
because
say
all we
coaching
do is
staff,
face
but we
teams that
got
throw the
that.
ball.
So
We gotta have guys
Mm,
that can cover. We gotta have that.
yeah.
I
and
think I think I would overpay for a receiver. I think I would. If it was
They
me, I think
should.
I would.
I agree. Michigan specifically should be in the market to overpay receivers. Michigan needs to prove that we can get back to the. When's the last time we was really out here like with dominant receivers? Don't get me wrong, Nico and them, on paper they were dominant, but at Michigan, Nico made plays. But were
Braylon
they
Edwards.
dominant?
Yeah, them
Yes,
Nah.
I
receivers.
would say they were dominant.
06, 05.
Yeah, I
Mario
Yeah,
think you
them
got to go
Manningham
back
there.
that far, Cam. I think you got to go
Braylon,
back that far.
Braylon,
Manningham, and them boys.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
Braylon. That was the last official wide receiver we've had, and then you can
Exactly.
sprinkle in Donovan Peoples
Yeah,
Jones
that's
and
10 years.
Right.
We always
Nico.
had a wide receiver that went to the NFL, though.
Now
A good
that's
one,
true.
too.
That's true. But it's been a while since teams were like, "Yo, we got to play Michigan. The secondary got to be ready." Because
Mhm.
Yeah,
I don't remember. It's been a while since that's been the case.
yeah. Like this dude is a problem. We ain't
Right.
had
Yeah,
one of those in a while. Nico was a problem, but they
Right.
didn't utilize him enough.
And
They
I
didn't
think we
even
saw
realize.
we saw that at the end of the season with Andrew. People were, he became like the
Focal
person
point.
people were paying attention to. Now, whether or not he instilled the fear that the people we talking about did, I think that's different. But I think
well,
he
we
can
didn't
get
we
there.
didn't
He'll
give
be
him
there next year.
opportunities. We didn't
Yeah,
give him opportunity in the back half of the year or the last
that's
two
fair.
games.
That's
Now
fair.
is that on Bryce or is that on the coaching staff?
Coaching staff.
I think it's on. Yeah, I think it's on the coaching staff. And I think
Because
Bryce not being comfortable with what he's seeing because people were.
March was open. He was open
Yeah,
sometimes.
he was.
Yeah, tight
What,
ends
in
was
the
open.
Ohio State game or the Texas game? Because
Ohio
I'm
State. I've only watched
Ohio
Texas
State.
once, and I'm just done with it. I haven't rewatched that one. I know Ohio
yeah,
State he was.
he was open. Okay, because I've been hearing that they were doubling him a whole lot. So I don't know how open he really was, but I mean
No, he
if
was
he was
open
open,
against Ohio State. He was
Bro,
open.
we got a quarterback, bro.
Bryce was shook against Ohio State now, but
Other
unprepared. He
Texas,
was
other
unprepared.
I don't know. I don't know if he was open against Texas.
other fan bases, specifically Notre Dame and Ohio State, trying to compare their quarterbacks to Bryce Underwood is laughable to me. Both of your quarterbacks weren't true freshmen. Both of
Facts.
your quarterbacks had a situation where they were able to sit down and learn behind veteran quarterbacks.
Hmm.
Bryce
And
Underwood didn't get that.
And Notre Dame should be happy because if we had any sense in the world, Carr would be with us. But the Harbaugh
Listen,
effect.
don't
I'll
get me
just put it like
started
that.
on Jim and his recruiting
Yeah,
after year 4 of thereabouts. Early on, because people forget, early on Jim was recruiting his ass off.
yeah.
Back when he was climbing trees and having sleepovers, Jim was Jim was a great recruiter.
I was about to say, unfortunately, Lloyd Carr don't fuck with
Nah,
Jim
not
out
at
like
all.
that.
He ain't
So
like Jim at all, bro.
not one bit.
But there's a lot of people at Michigan, and there's another thing that set Michigan back a little bit, bro. A lot of those people didn't like Jim Harbaugh, man.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Jim Harbaugh's not for everybody, that's for sure.
yeah, because he don't give a fuck.
Nah, not at all, bro. But he's my coach. He's forever
Yeah,
a
he's my
legend
yep.
at Michigan, for
Hmm.
Yeah,
sure.
But that's
like
what
I'm not
we
listening.
need to win, though.
And
Yeah,
if
If
I'm
you
Jim
notice that.
Harbaugh, I'm not listening to a lot of these people anyway. My coaching pedigree speaks for itself. Why would I listen to y'all? I
Yeah,
came here
I've
to
been
coach
to a Super
football
Bowl. God
and
damn
win
it.
football games. Y'all have done
fact,
none of that. I'm not listening to none of y'all.
fact. Y'all need me. Y'all called me.
He said I took Stanford a more I mean, I won't say more prestigious than Michigan, but
Right.
one of the top prestigious schools to the Orange Bowl. Like what are we talking about? Like,
Yeah,
well,
academic.
granted you had Andrew Luck and Christian McCaffrey, but you had a bunch of no names to go along with that.
Right. I mean, Stanford. He did take Stanford to levels they hadn't seen. What, he beat USC back to back.
Yeah. Hmm.
Back, stuffing my man in the locker who was the Pete Carroll, stuffing Pete Carroll in the locker on the way. But yeah, he had success everywhere he went. Talking about Jim Harbaugh, San Diego State, he had them 10 wins a season. Did the same with Stanford. Took the 49ers to the Super Bowl. By the way, made the tough decision to go away from Alex Smith, who was winning football games, to
Colin
put in
Kaepernick.
Colin Kaepernick. So Jim knows what he's doing in terms of coaching.
Let me
Yeah.
throw this hypothetical at y'all real quick. So we got Kyle Whittingham. Let's say we waited and John Harbaugh gets fired like he does. This is all hypothetical. Would you rather have John Harbaugh or Kyle Whittingham?
John Harbaugh.
Honestly, I think I'm ready to
I
move
say
on from the
both.
Harbaugh era.
Yeah, I'll say
Okay.
I'm
Whitney.
with that too, Steph. I like I like that too, Steph.
I think as a Michigan culture and a Michigan fan base, I think we hit our peak and our highs. Jim took us to the Natty, he got us to Natty, but it was just a lot that came with it, unfortunately.
And
So
I say that because John and Jim are two different people. John is the more regular type of person. Jim's weird.
yeah,
I wanted
Jim's
I
weird.
wanted
I'll
I
say,
wanted John Harbaugh to be the coach at first because I knew how weird Jim was.
yeah,
So
I'll
I'm just
say
throwing it out there. It don't matter to me. I'm just throwing
mhm.
stuff out there.
I'll say John would definitely be more of a people person and probably have better relationships with the faculty. So that would be a plus. But in totality, I just feel like I think we just need to go ahead and put the hardball era in its place.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's just a hypothetical.
I think, man, it's tough for me, bro. I like Kyle Whittingham and what he's done with the staff and stuff like that. And I think in terms of putting together a college football staff, being ready to go, knowing the rigors of like getting out on the recruiting trail, they got the edge there. But I just
Yeah.
think John Harbaugh is a really, really good coach. And I think it's crazy he got fired. I stand by that.
And he comes with a big culture tree too.
Absolutely. The
Hmm.
coaching tree
Yes.
that hell at Michigan turned this thing around. Mike McDonald turned this thing around for real. It's a big part of turning it around.
I was
And
about to
then
say,
you go Jesse Minter. It's
yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
I was about to say when those moves happen, I was like, man, that Harbaugh tree is something serious. If he was just able to call, if since Jim was able to call John up and be like, hey, bro, I need a guy. You got one
Yeah.
for me, and it just happened like that. Hey,
Right.
more
That's
power to
crazy.
you.
That
Yeah,
was beautiful.
but I get it. Anybody, I don't think there's a wrong answer. So I'm not mad at anybody that thinks, Kyle Whittingham is a better hire.
I
Yeah.
do. I will say with the hire though, I feel like we're still going to get the identity piece that we all want. We're going to be physical again. We're going to be dominant in the trenches on both ends. But
Mhm.
I think what was the main cause of the dip in our offense, especially when it comes to the wide receivers, it was just so centered on the running game, and we weren't balanced enough. And I don't know what happened with that, because definitely Jim has shown that he can be balanced in throwing and passing, but I just feel like it just took a massive turn for some reason, and we just were so keen on running the football, which is
Yeah,
fine, but
I
yeah,
mean,
nah,
that
I agree.
you talking about with Harbaugh, or you talking about with Sharon?
both. Well, I mean, Harbaugh set the president. Sharon tried to follow, but he couldn't make up his mind on like, oh, okay, I want to pick and choose what I want to take from this and make it my own. So he
Mm-hmm.
just tried to copy the full blueprint. But I just feel like as time went on, we just got so complacent and be like, okay, we're just gonna run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, and we just forgot like, oh, we got receivers on the outside that can push the ball downfield too. But that's me.
That's Harbaugh though. Unless
Yeah.
for Harbaugh to really give the quarterback free reign, he has to trust that quarterback's like he has to have so much trust. If
That's
not,
what I
he's
was about
gonna
to say.
If
With
not, he's
with
just gonna run
Herbert,
the
we're
ball.
we're seeing it with Herbert right now. I'm like, bro, this is the offense that I was low key wanting to see from Jim Harbaugh
Mhm.
led team. But I mean, apparently he didn't have. I mean, he had faith in JJ. So let me not say like he did it, but I don't think we had the receivers in my opinion for him to be like, all right, just let JJ just go out there and just do whatever.
Let me
Yeah,
shout out to Moose. He says, do you think Jesse Minter goes after the Browns head coaching job?
Don't do it.
I
I mean, I
wouldn't. I
think Jesse
wouldn't.
Minter is going to, if offered the Browns head coaching job, he'd take it. It probably
I
isn't the
take
best
it.
job in the world, that's for sure.
I'm straight. I'd be straight on that, bro. You got to deal with. Yeah, you got the defense. You got a good defense, but you got to deal with bad
Moving
ownership.
higher up.
Right,
Plus, you got to
right.
Yeah.
deal with the Shador fans and all that stuff. I'm straight.
I
I'm
think the
straight.
Browns are one of those teams that it's just never going to be right, bro. I'm sorry. The Browns, I'm from Ohio. My family are
Hmm.
huge Cleveland Brown fans for whatever reason. Don't ask me why. I didn't do that to myself. Although I am a Raiders fan, and it almost feels like being a Browns fan at this point. Uh, but but the Browns literally have no Super Bowls, bro. They have NFL championships and stuff like that. They got 0 Super Bowls. They are the team that fumbled on the goal line against the Denver Broncos, right? Remember that? They about to go to the Super Bowl. They fumble on the goal line. It's something about this team that they just can't get right. I don't know if anybody's seen Life. I expect all of us here have seen Life.
Yeah.
But they can't get right, bro. It just is what it is. I'm sorry. The Browns will never be good. That's just how
Mentor,
I feel.
mentors. Don't take that job if they
Do
offer.
not.
Somebody
Don't do
else
it.
will offer you. You're the new shining star. Don't
Hmm.
take that job, boy.
Shout out the Ghost. Yeah, Ernest Biner fumble on the goal line. They're about to win They go into the chip. They go into the Super Bowl, but they can't. I remember they had a punt returner back in the day, like the '90s. Metcalf, I think was his name. He was nice. Eric Metcalf. He was nice, but they just never were good, man. Something about them. It's just something about Cleveland. Something about the air in Cleveland. It's just not conducive with winning.
Dude, it's passing on to the Cavaliers
Vinny
at this point.
Testaverde, right? Vinny Testaverde. What was the other dude they had? Kosar, Bernie Kosar. Them dudes they just can't get it right, man. I'm sorry. They trash. It is what it is. Shout out to Jim Brown. He the last great one. But that's it, man. It's over for them. Look what they did to my man Braylon Edwards. Braylon Edwards should be a Hall of Fame wide receiver. Ruined his
Yeah.
career.
And Remember what's the Josh Gordon? They made Josh Gordon get on drugs.
Bro,
that was them. That was
No,
their fault.
he was just smoking weed. He was just smoking. He just couldn't stay off the weed. In the words of CNN,
the weed.
Josh Gordon, the weed.
That was
bro.
him.
Josh Gordon played. Remember, he came back from like the suspension. He played 12 games, had a crazy year, and I don't know what happened after that.
He was on Cleveland. That boy's
if you in Cleveland, you gotta smoke. I'm sorry. He like look around. Shout out to Cleveland, man. No disrespect, respectfully. But disrespectfully, it's Cleveland.
They got to get rid of the GM. The owner needs to either step down or something. Until that happens, they won't win.
This has been an unpleasant episode. My bad, Richie. I think Richie from Cleveland, ain't he? My bad, Richie, man. Cleveland, listen. Cleveland got good history. Y'all got Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right? That's in Cleveland.
Cleveland.
LeBron won a championship. He brought one back.
Look what they did to Delonte West.
Yo.
Hey, he's clean. He's clean.
It's Cleveland.
I saw today 30 days clean, right?
Yeah, 30 days clean.
Yo,
Look.
that needs to be studied, by the way, bro. What they did to Delonte West needs to be studied, bro.
We can't really say it, but that was really LeBron. That was really LeBron that did that to him. But we can't speak.
They try to play you, Chippo. They try to play you. Oh, nah. He not talking about the city. He talking about the franchise. Never mind. They ain't trying to play you. But yeah, you're right. The Ravens are the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns should demand.
Yeah, they definitely moved there. They definitely
Demand
moved
some Super Bowls. Those are Super Bowls.
Yeah, man. I ain't a Raven fan though, so I mean they can have that. You know what I mean?
Ghost, why you gotta bring Dayton in this? Ghost, Dayton ain't got nothing to do with Cleveland, man. You accept Cleveland's fate, Ghost. But you're right. Nah, Dayton ain't got no professional teams. That's why I'm a Raiders fan. Because I couldn't go the way of Cleveland or Cincinnati. Couldn't do it. But yeah, look, y'all. This was fun. This was good. We didn't really get to everything I wanted to get to, but we'll do it again. We got everybody's playoff prediction tonight. 33-13 Oregon, I think, is the final sentiment for everybody. So we good.
No, not for me.
But it should be a good one tonight, man. Until about halftime when Oregon starts to pull away. So y'all get y'all popcorn ready. Order some pizza and all that, man. We'll see what happens. Till next time, Chippo, shout out to you, man. I appreciate you coming through. Shout out to Baltimore. Best crab cakes in America in Baltimore. Go check them out. Seth, tell the people what you got going on, where they can find you.
Follow me at SND Sports Media on Twitter, SND_2027 on IG. I may be botching that, but you'll find me eventually. Tonight I am co-hosting college football for the Sports Forum. Tap in on Instagram Live, and also the recap will be on YouTube later tonight. So check me out, and yeah.
No doubt. JOJ, tell the people what you got going on, where they can find you.
You can find me. I didn't Johnny Owen Jr. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. I didn't get to do a post-game analysis for the game yesterday because I had a migraine, so I missed some of the game. But I had a migraine, so I didn't do that. But tonight I will for sure have a post-game for Indiana, Oregon. And we got the big college football show tomorrow, 12 o'clock, maybe. I think probably 12.
Oh, shoot, yeah, 12 o'clock. Big college football show. Be there or be square. I know it says 12. Big college football show at 11, sometimes 10:45, and now 12. But be there.
Be there. But yeah, so it's nothing going on, so we'll probably go for longer, maybe.
Right.
Maybe. And of course, the Sunday call-in show. Yeah, check your
Absolutely.
notifications for that and the Sunday call-in show because you know it's gonna be a vibe in there.
Oh, Sunday is it's going down. Maniac calling in, Garrison calling in off the top rope. Shout out 23 Tails. Thank you for the $5. She said Bryce was not seeing wide open receivers over the top of check downs. Hope we not saying he young next year. No, 23 Tails, you right. Hey, that he young wore off. He used all the he young this season.
He got a coach though. He's got a coach now.
You know how you roll your toothpaste up, get the last bit. Bryce did that this year. He squoze all the he young out of the toothpaste container. No more he young. But shout out to Bryce. I expect Bryce to take a giant step forward this upcoming season. That said, follow me everywhere. Well, actually, no more. Actually, follow us everywhere at Maze Out Sports. Follow me on X or Twitter, whatever you call it, M_Thrizzleton. Till next time, you know the slogan, stay angry, my friends. I'm up, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be our best season ever. My ratings, they're about to go through the roof.
All right, now I'ma calm down. So I just don't get that all that Maze and that lock and all that. I just don't get it. And how the
Oh my God, we're shutting the damn live down. Good night, everybody.